Welcome back to Ag, Ammo, and Adventure, the only podcast where pork sticks are currency, meat science is a religion, and rural Iowa is the promised land. Today we're headed to Holstein, Iowa to talk to John and Jordan with Tiefenthaler Quality Meats. Tiefenthaler has been turning meat into happiness since before your grandpa could spell bratwurst. And not just any bratwurst, we're talking skinless, flavor-packed, grill-worthy legends that hold their own at tailgates, deer camps, and county fairs. If you've ever wondered what happens when tradition meets Northwest Iowa stubbornness, buckle up. We're talking meat, grit, and the kind of flavor that makes vegetarians reconsider life choices. Welcome, John and Jordan.
Hello.
Hello.
John and Jordan, thanks for being here. Thanks for having us. Thanks for the invitation to get up here to what I, being from Southern Iowa, call the flatland. And you have flat land and square roads. You can really never get lost because a couple right turns puts you back where you started.
Yes, square sections. Square sect.
I've seen people that could get lost in square sections. I think we hunt with people that could get lost.
Maybe it'll be a new test.
Well, so let's start out by tell us a little bit about yourself. Start with John and then go to Jordan. Just a little bit about yourself.
John Tiefenthaler, been doing this since my senior year in high school. I did this as it's called, back then it was called Trades and Industries, 1981, and got a job at the local butcher shop and haven't left. So.
Now, how big was the local butcher shop?
So at that time, we were up on Main Street, 5, 6, 7 employees, maybe 5, 6, and butchered outside of town and then processed in town. And corner little shop, really didn't do a lot of retail, did a little bit, but really just the old style. We didn't actually cure, smoke. We just did butchering, and somebody else always took our curing, smoking, bacon, making hot dogs to somebody else, but just a little butcher shop.
So that's where you started out, where you learned the trade, if you will, or were you just a cleanup person? I mean, were you selling it, cutting it, shaping it, packing it, or were you scraping the extras?
So I started in the high school, so I really was just helping out. I did do cleanup too, but I think I stayed. Well, they had me do cleanup one night. I remember this clear as heck, and I think I was there till 10:30 at night, and I think that was the last night I was ever allowed to do that because I think I failed miserably. Is what they didn't say that, but
our skills were too valuable. They could use another
usually somewhere else. Exactly.
Well, so you had them harvested, and then did you have to lug the carcasses to the fab floor then?
We literally had a trailer that lined up rail to rail, and I always think about that, but it was like an inch you had to give, and you get pretty good at it, but then you could roll them across into the trailer, and you could haul up 3 cattle at a time, and you drove 6, 7 blocks and did rail to rail again and rolled them back into the cooler. So it worked, and it's what we knew at that time.
So, and we've talked about this when we were with Lucas, the lockers used to be more prevalent in towns, and obviously in an agricultural neighborhood, people used it, and it was the norm. How many lockers? Can you remember how close the next locker was, just for perspective?
I don't think it's really changed. We've lost a bunch over here. There's no doubt we've lost a bunch because I've been there long enough to remember them, but the distance between us hasn't changed too much because we've kind of come back on board the last few years.
Yeah, that's there's been a lot of opportunity and money provided to people that want to get into the business and industry, and we're looking to follow up on that in the future. So thank you for the connection. Now, if you started there when you were 18, that seems like you were very organized. And then what was the next milestone for your evolution, if you will?
The old boy that I bought from was, his son wasn't going to come in and take over, and his daughter was somewhere else. And so he was a big planner on succession planning, and he was big in the Iowa Meat Processors Association. So he literally, and he knew what was happening to these old plants. If you don't have somebody to sell it to, you're not going to sell it. If you wake up one day and say, I'm going to sell, there's nobody. So he guided me, catered me, helped me learn the trade craft, took me under his wing, and taught me stuff. You know what I mean? From one end to the other. I think he sculpted me to a way that he, so that he had a buyer. And back then, having a buyer in the early 80s or having anybody that would take any business on Main Street, I always chuckle that for what he sold it to me for was probably double what it was worth. But I got an education. College isn't free. Education isn't free.
Cleaning the floor was the first test.
But so succession planning. So Jordan, tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm Jordan Tiefenthaler, Bramer, married now. So I am the daughter. Mom and dad have 2 kids, so it's me and Austin. Guess I've been doing the locker work ever since I was 10. So we're going on 23 years now.
Hey, we don't do math or ages on here at all. Whoa,
30.
No, 30, mid-20s. We're all in the mid-20s, is what I'm saying.
So I've done a little bit of everything, started on the cleanup and, it was never mom and dad's goal for us to actually take over.
Oh, really?
They did not want us to. They thought we needed to.
We don't.
learn
But,
something.
no, we don't do counseling. No, no.
No family therapy.
Or marriage counseling.
That's right.
Couple, no. Well, so did the son-in-law, did he start out here? Did he pass the standard that you have set?
That's a story.
Yes, that the locker loves storming me there.
Oh, there you go.
And actually, I originally wanted to be an eye doctor, and then when I did my after-school job, I was on the cleanup crew, and you can't say you're a natural at cleaning, but a natural at meat cleaning was, I guess, I got the passion for it.
Yeah.
And, you did your summer job there, too, and it was what I was meant to do. So
You enjoyed it.
And, yes.
So we're working on intervals of 18 is the number I'm going to pick. What was the locker like when you first started? If you started out with the old boy, I love that reference, and then you were successful, then you started out when I'm going to say 18, but you grew up in summers doing it.
I would say we were pretty modern.
We're somewhat similar. We've grown and done a few additions since then, haven't we?
Yeah.
And that's how you met your husband, was there.
Yep, met my husband working, peeling cocktail links. Yeah.
Right?
Everybody has a test. Everybody has a test. Okay, you mentioned one more person, Austin.
Yes, he's my brother, my younger brother. And so he got passion on the cleanup crew as well.
Younger or older brother?
He's younger.
Younger.
Oldest, yeah.
There you go.
Yep. And so I actually went to Iowa State for meat science, worked at the meat lab. So
Some people would call that Harvard of the Midwest. Okay, I'm just putting that out there.
Shameless plug.
no other option when you want to go to meat science. You go to Iowa State.
Nice.
Amen. Come on, Todd. So I better, you don't have to say who your favorite professor was, but you could tell me offline who you really liked at Iowa State.
Ooh, I really like Joseph Brannick.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Joe, yep.
Both Dr. Joe's, really, and Cordrand.
It's because of
Great.
Dr. Joe Cordray that I love AC Legs seasoning.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he worked for them for a number of years.
Yeah, he did down there in Alabama.
Yeah.
Speaking of, it's hot up here, Todd. Speaking of Alabama, we got here, it was almost 90 degrees when we pulled in.
Yeah, we've had a hot couple of weeks.
It's crazy.
Okay, you got started 18, then the evolution happened. You took over. It was 5 to 7 people, and it was in town.
Yep.
When did it move to its current location?
So I bought the business 1/1/91, and then we moved to our current location in May of 2004. So we've been there like 21 years now. I was asking Jordan the other day, I wonder how many additions we've done since we've been there. We're in the middle of 2 additions as we speak.
I think we're going to be completing 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So those that come in was the original building where you have the display of meat and then maybe the cut floor and the kill
The
floor.
original retail room was smaller.
Okay.
We enlarged that too.
First edition?
Possibly.
I think so.
Yeah.
And then the storage rooms keep
Yeah.
getting bigger and bigger because we keep creeping into those rooms with equipment.
Storage rooms are like little closets, right? No matter how many closets you have,
You need.
they're always full and you need more.
Yes. Yes. Exactly correct. Exactly.
So we're talking about meat lockers, but you had some storage rooms and you had computers, copiers, printers, and faxes. Good ideas of days gone by that I'm sure you use every now and then. When did you know that was going to be a part of the meat locker business? Were you a leader or were you catching up with technology in that regard? Maybe we'll look at it that way.
Just keeping up.
Keeping it. I would say we're a leader in our online cutting instructions, though, because we're kind of the first ones to kind of do the walk yourself through the process kind of way of cutting instructions. I know a lot of other meat processors kind of modeled it after us a little bit, with their own little tweaks, of course.
Yeah, the girls have developed a heck of a great website. People, when they give us a cutting instructions on a beef or a pork, we find it's a 6 month or a year decision. It's not a new home, but sometimes they really just don't want to make that decision. Do you want 1 inch steaks or 3/4 inch? And they really don't know what to say or do. So the beauty of the online version is it gives them the opportunity to sit there. We don't know if it took them 10 minutes to fill that out or 6 hours. And, as long as they're happy, we're happy. We also then on there says too, because you don't always ask this question, what's normal? What do most people do? You know what I mean? You can't ask that 30 times, but you can ask it 1 or 2, but on the website, it says that too.
Did you ever have a customer say that they want their half a beef in all steaks?
All the time.
Really?
Yeah, I would like more steaks cut. Trust me, I'd be giving you as many steaks as I possibly could.
Yeah. We have people turn it all into hamburger too, and then we also go, wait a minute.
At least your fillets or something like that.
Yeah, you take $20 a pound stuff and turn it into hamburger. It turns hamburger into $20 a pound.
Yeah, but the innovation where they put the ribeye in the trim, but they kept their sirloin.
So is that?
Yeah.
And being a meat scientist, I think, is that because people are more further and further away from the farm now? They just don't. Because when I grew up, all my friends in the country, they took their steer or their pig to the locker. And you went there and that's all they had in their freezer was from the locker. And now I don't know very many people that have stuff from the locker.
I wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't? Okay.
No.
I'd say we're at least a good 50-50.
Yeah. We'll
do a lot of process.
Yeah. Our processing is growing and expanding.
Yeah. So that's interesting because you don't raise the product that you process. So then you have connections to farmers that raise the product, and then you have you're kind of a matchmaker, if you will, of the farmers that want to sell it for this this sale point. Mm-hmm. And farm kids that are off the farm that remember how good it was, they want to buy it that way. In my mind, that's how it's worked out most of the time, unless they want all steaks. We know the challenge with that.
Yeah.
But my question is, how many farmers do you work with to provide that online sale point for people that want to process a quarter or a half or a whole?
We've got a handful of both for beef and pork. Mm-hmm. Not a bazillion, but a handful that have stuff ready all the time so that we can, and somewhat closer is beneficial too, because they can bring them without a lot of cost and they can do 2 or 3 at a time or whatever we're looking for at the time and have stuff ready year round.
So to kind of tie all those together, is that business sector growing? Is it maintaining? Did it increase with the more lockers since COVID, or what do you see? Just out of curiosity.
I think it fluctuates. It really skyrocketed with COVID because you were limited to how much meat you could get at the grocery store. And we'd never put limits on it in our store, but and it's that buy local, that's going on. People want to know where it is that they're getting from. They want to know that this steak that they are pulling out of the freezer is going to be the exact same as the next steak that they're pulling out of the freezer.
Oh, very good. Now, do your customers ever want to talk to the farmers that are producing?
We don't let that.
I don't think that they would. They don't. As long as I think they trust us, because we want them to get the best, so that they know that,
and then they want them to keep coming back to us.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
How far are you booked out?
So right now, but see that I've been there 44 years.
Yep.
And for 44 years, this time of the year, we've always been busy.
Oh.
So this is not COVID related.
Yeah, sure.
This isn't cheap cattle, expensive cattle, or it's just the time of year. Mm-hmm. We're still Midwest, I think, and people still think, the spring calves are ready in the fall. And so we've got a lot of fall bookings where people will sell them to their neighbor or to their son in Ankeny or Ames or wherever. And so a lot of that's going on now and has always,
Mm-hmm.
We've got stuff booked next June, but it's just people planning ahead. Is next June full? No, by no means.
Yeah.
You know,
If you wanted a beef in today, I'd have to tell you January.
Oh, yeah.
just
yeah.
because it's
Good.
the fall.
It's the fall. Yeah. It's just a busy time of the year.
Yes,
Every year.
exactly.
We have the exact same people that bring their beef in today. They're making the exact same appointment for next year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So beef and pork, lamb,
We do some.
Occasional.
We do some.
venison.
Oh, yeah.
We do deer. We've switched with COVID. We switched to boneless trim only. It's choose your battles, and that's what we've decided.
Are you able to process what the customer brought in and give them back what they brought in, or do you combine everything?
We have to combine.
Yeah.
We have to
Yeah.
combine.
Yeah.
Understood.
How many? So for transparency, we've got a hunting group in Southern Iowa, and we have a target of deer that we want to get. And we do deer processing in somebody's garage. Thank you, Stotts. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jason.
Heated, right? We have found that in one day, our capacity is 12, 10,
We get pretty grumpy at that point.
or too much to drink, whatever works out. In a deer season, how many, and I know you get boneless deer, right? But try to have our audience, the Liars Club, put that in perspective. How much deer would you guys get in? Would you all get in for deer season? Do you have an idea? Anything?
Oh, we haven't looked at that. Being as we quit taking carcass, we're kind of not as big a player as we were,
Yeah.
to be honest. We did more when we took carcass, and, I kind of miss it yet, but at the same token, it's such a convenience, to not have to deal with the carcass. But,
It's nicer for, not so much nicer for the customers because now they have to do the work. But the sticker shock, it's a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Because when they bring it in, we're telling them exactly how much they're going to get, how much they're going to get back, and this is their exact cost.
the girls have
So
a
budget it.
great program with that. You bring in 51 pounds, they can tell you exactly what your bill's going to be. Yeah, if you bring in a deer, well, we don't know exactly what it's going to be. Did you shoot a big one or Bambi, or what'd you shoot? And, so then it variable, well, I want 10 of this, and the rest this. Well, the rest became nothing, or the rest became 100 pounds. And, I didn't want 100 pounds. So
That's expensive. I don't want to pay for it.
exactly correct. Exactly. Yeah.
No, that's interesting. That's get a bunch. Then is a safe number. So that's good.
Yeah.
Awesome. So one of the things that I caught that when you started out in town, and is town that way? I'm pointing to my left.
Your other lap, but go ahead.
Remember how nobody gets lost with two right turns? Thank you. We just proven it.
Okay. But you said that the locker started out not curing or smoking anything, but now you do in your new facility. When did you pick that up as a market?
99, I bought the first smokehouse, and 1999, and if anybody remembers, that was the 8-cent hog year.
Yep.
So we got a heck of an education on how to make ham and bacons by tonnage. And so we did lots and lots of pigs and learned how to do it, I guess, is for a lack of a better way of saying it. Yeah. That's when we started that whole process, and have grown and learned and figured stuff out as we've gone along like crazy. So we've
taken lots of the short courses at Iowa State.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Listen to other people, talk to other people, talk to seasoning reps, and taking the short courses at Iowa State, and trial and error.
There you go.
Lots of it.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
So define what the operation is now. We've kind of talked about how it's grown, how it's evolved, the different things you're doing. How big is it now? Or what is Tiefenthaler Meats?
I guess we're big into processing, custom processes into farmers. We have our own wholesale distribution with the wholesale brats, about 100 grocery stores in Iowa. And then we've got our retail store, which we've got probably about over 150 products in there.
A lot, Todd. We were in there a lot.
Yep. We started bratwurst fundraisers in the last 5-ish years.
Yeah.
What is that?
So like schools and dance teams and stuff, when they're selling the butter braids and stuff now, you can sell skinless brats and room.
Shelly, my wife, has done a heck of a job. She's made that plug and play easy for people. That is, she does a Zoom with you. She tells you to print off these forms and write Jimmy's name on the top and say, Jimmy, go sell 20 packages and you'll make this much. And then it's really, she's got it dialed that she can tell you what to charge, what you're going to make. It is really
Nice.
Yeah.
This is interesting. Time for a story. So growing up, I remember our fundraiser was chocolate bars. When you're a kid, you come home and you eat those chocolate bars. And then in 4 weeks go by, you've got to find the money to pay for the chocolate bars because you told your aunt, no, I'm not going to eat those chocolate bars.
Mom didn't see you sell them, and now Mom, I trust me, I went there, I did that.
Yeah, so that was trouble. Okay, so you mentioned it. What is Tiefenthaler known for?
Skinless brats.
Skinless brats. Talk to us about what that is for the listening audience.
So we're an all pork bratwurst, obviously skinless.
So no casing is what it really means. No casing on there at all. And they, the biggest question we get is, what are they held together with? And we say love, and just some pressure and some love, and they stay together real nice. We've had people boil them. We don't
Boil them.
Yeah, I know it. We don't.
Right.
I did that years and years ago when we started this whole process. I boiled them because that was kind of the thing back, with the skin on. You need to boil them. So I boiled them to see if they'd stand up with it. And I ate them a couple weeks ago. We did where they boiled them. And it's, yeah.
So where did the idea for the skinless brat come from? And what made you grab it and take off running?
Was there alcohol involved with this idea?
The idea committee. I like where this is going, dude.
R&D. We call that R&D.
Yeah. Your best timed. So honestly, casings were expensive, and we thought, hey, there's an alternative. And this probably happened in the late 80s.
That really?
Oh, yeah. And what's made it grow is people have said, I love them. They're so awesome. They taste so good. I like the flavor, but I never liked the brat. I never liked the casing.
Have you really?
Into brat lovers
Because
they don't like that snap.
We were the first skinless brat in a long. I don't know of any other skinless brat when we brought ours out.
There you go.
And now you can get him in every Tom, Dick, and Harry store out there. But even those stores that we sell them to sell their own, and they still sell a ton of ours. So Jordan has people driving up from Arkansas next week.
Yep, we got a fraternity coming up, coming to get brats. They've done it 5 years, 6 years in a row now.
They heard about them somehow, some way.
Yep, it's for their parents' weekend. That's what they cook for the parents.
They come and get like 500-600 brats.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
The freshmen.
The initiation is they come up, they stay at the hotel south of town, they show up at our place at 8 a.m. We do a bunch of photo opportunities with the flag and the brats and the crew at the work, and they head back home.
Well, I used to live in Arkansas, and I will say that we lived in Fayetteville, and Highway 71 it took us a block from our house in Fayetteville, and we lived in Anita, which was a couple miles off 71. So you could take 71 all the way through.
Maybe that's how they come. Yeah. Maybe it's a straight shot.
That's how they make it here and make it. They don't have to take any turns. Yeah. That's awesome. So the skinless brat, this is interesting. When did you realize there were competitors for the skinless brat? You had luck with it, or you were able to make it successful. Luck might not be the right word, and then all of a sudden, you weren't the only ones in the store.
Well, when we
started going to grocery
stores. Grocery stores called us and says, hey, we want to sell your brats. And customers loved them, and the buzz was happening. And so it was shaking apart, and things were going to happen. And I'll never forget, one of the grocery store managers is like, well, corporate's going to make their own. He says, it's going to kill you. He said, he literally, and he loved me. He was a good guy.
Yep.
And him and I got along great. And he goes, he felt sorry for us. And when he retired a couple of years ago, he says, it didn't affect you as bad as I thought. He says, the corporates aren't the same. Yours are so much better. You're making them correctly. He says, good for you. He was tickled.
That's awesome.
Beat him up. That beat us up.
Sure.
Yeah. And to put it in perspective, how many pounds of skinless brats do you make a day?
When we're hot and heavy in the summer, we make about 3,000 pounds every day.
Every day, yeah.
Todd, that's a lot of meat.
That's holy buckets a day. Okay, so you mentioned a lot of numbers on where products are sold. How many states?
We're really just still basically in Iowa. We're drifted into South Dakota a little bit, Minnesota and Nebraska.
How far is South Dakota from here?
hour and 10 minutes. So,
Okay.
but Des Moines and Ames and Ankeny and not Marshalltown, Mason City, Clear Lake, those towns are further away.
As far as Dad's willing to drive. I guess Dad.
Distribution.
You're your own distribution. That's right.
Called a van with a freezer.
Understood. Can you say the store names? Can we say the store name?
Fairway and Hy-Vee are our big players. They
Nice.
do an awesome job for us. Both of them do. They
Sunshine Foods is growing.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
yeah,
locations with them. And then the local mom and pop.
yeah. We got Food Friday Night at Grove, and it's kind of funny. The first store we ever got was 17 miles away, and he says, "I want to sell your skinless brats." And all I thought was, "Man, oh man, nobody will come and see us anymore." You know, it was a fear for us. We're growing, we're learning, we're developing, we're trying to figure it out, and we took him on and never missed a beat since.
So when was the oh crap moment when the skinless brats took off and you're like, whoa, we're going to have to make 3,000 pounds a day. What the heck is going on?
Well, that just grows every year.
And no kidding, really. Even in 2025, it still grows.
What we can't make more per day. What happens is we start sooner, and
Oh,
the busy season gets longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's when we started, bratwurst was a grilling summer item, so it was off. It just worked when we were busy in the summertime. Then once the fall butchering happened, it kind of backed off. But we bake them in the oven. We promoted that big time hike and cook them in the oven.
Not air fryer too.
Air fryer too.
I suppose without a casing, you don't have that pop and snap that's getting grease everywhere.
Exactly correct. And so last year, December, I said that in the last 2-3 days. Last year, December, we delivered more bratwurst wholesale than we ever had before.
In December?
In December. And it shocks us, but I said 2 days ago, I says, this December we'll deliver more than last year, unless it's a snowy December. Our down season is becoming less.
Right. People know where we're at. So when they're coming home to those hometowns, they're loading up too, because they can't get to us in the 2 days that they're home for the holidays.
Yeah, they're going to come and see mom and dad, and they're from Colorado. And I just talked to a Fairway store 2 days ago, and he goes, I can't believe how much brats I sell during Christmas and Thanksgiving week, because kids are coming home to see mom and dad, and they grew up eating these. And so
That's awesome. A minute ago, I feel like you might have been on the edge of predicting what the winter weather was going to. Oh, yeah.
I don't have to trick me.
I'm not saying you did. We had a conversation the other day about the fuzzy wuzzies on how big the brown stripe is. If there's any more you want to share with them.
Yeah, I got no weather predictor.
Well, I remember I did see a fuzzy wuzzy Saturday putting up deer cameras, and of the fuzzy wuzzy, all of it was brown except for, it must have went to where my wife gets her hair done, because the tips were frosted black. It was all brown and the tips were frosted. I don't know if that means a bad winter or what, Todd.
For the record,
That
he
means
was
that
talking to
fuzzy
himself,
wuzzy.
going to the beach. I said nobody was talking to him. He was on his own. Awesome. So what's the biggest thing to this? You have multi-generations, which is cool. A family business. Your brother is here with dad. You always get along. No. So when you started, and your sibling, did you guys show up with a bunch of ideas on how you can make the world a better place for Tiefenthaler Meats?
No, we gotta migrate into that. We
They
can't
got to break it to me slow.
yes, let him mull it over
They
6
gotta-
months.
Better
It's his brand.
sneak it in while I'm not paying attention and see what happens.
Like the computer.
We've got
What's
more
this
skin
thing
in the
here
rain now too, so we kind of just tell him now. Because before,
Does he listen?
not always. Sometimes he's got to go think it over,
Yeah.
or just take it.
Well, along those, how do you come up with a new flavor for your skinless brat? How many times somebody comes in and says, geez, I would love a macadamia nut flavored brat. You guys should make it.
We do a little bit of that, and we are, big into our associations, state, national. So we go to all those competitions every year and the trade shows. So we see what all the seasoning companies have going on, always looking for something new. And then we have, trade show bags full of samples. And then 1 or 2 times a year, we dig out those bags and just sample all day long. So, I mean, we go try like 20 to 50 new things a year, and maybe 3 make it out into the store.
Yeah.
We love R&D.
It's-
Dad and I.
Yeah, we do. It's fun.
Right.
The problem is because you've got a couple new products you're about ready to drag
How
out.
the best run.
Really?
We were trying to do some new snack sticks and stuff like that. And
Is there an announcement? Is that what I've heard?
no, we haven't made the final decision yet.
Bill Pickle, everything. Now, so I understand the trade shows, but I can't help but think after our quick tour that you had 10 people working.
No, there's like 20 of us all together.
Yeah. Wow. We went through a lot of rooms. So, but they would they would be honest with you about whether it was a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Do you ever like say, hey, I want you to try this? Or has that gone south in the past and nobody trusts you?
Yes and no. So we are firm believers in if us core 6, and when I say core 6, I mean Dad, my uncle, who also works at the plant, Austin and myself, and then our significant others also work at the plant. So my husband and then my
The in-laws, huh?
One too many.
Whoa.
6 of us.
My
Core
wife
6.
isn't there.
She's
The boss. Somebody didn't get it. Oh.
There's the owner core 6s, and then, or actually, there's not 2 core 6s. There's the core 4 owners,
Yeah.
and then the core 6 for R&D.
And we taste everything there, and then once we get through that process, you can have too many people give input.
You need an odd number of people on your committees because there could be a toss.
Yeah.
Okay.
And usually we don't
Are you volunteering, Todd?
And your brother counts for 3 sometimes.
Oh, my God.
Because he does scheduling, and you can vote it up all you want. Or if he don't ever make it didn't happen. He knows that too.
Gatekeeper.
He's the dude on purpose, but it just happens, right?
My bad.
Just happens.
Yeah.
Nice.
He likes R&D, but yeah, it makes his life more difficult to throw something else into the routine.
Between allergens and scheduling and trying to get it done. And that's where, with the additions, we're adding that second smokehouse. So we're hoping then that will give us the opportunity to make more, produce more.
More of what you're making or more products that are yet to be revealed or more.
Yes.
All right. Cool. And timeline is another 6 months?
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Every day.
We said that a year and a half ago, too. So.
You and everybody else.
Right group.
Yeah.
Right group.
Well, so speaking of, I came from an association, so I understand and know the value of various associations, Iowa Meat Processors, AMP, those groups out there that do phenomenal work. Todd and I talked about when I used to help judge the Iowa Meat Processors, and the rookie always got I think the brown swaggers, what I told you, or something like that. Oof, it was a long day. But anyway.
You followed that up with, I can get you some.
Yeah, I can get you to be a judge, Todd, if you want to.
I'm out. I'm busy.
But you have a lot of hardware. Is there, and where I'm going with this, is there a product category that is near and dear that you want to win, or is it all competitive that you just want to win everything at the Iowa Meat Processors Association?
There's for sure 3.
Yeah, there's ones that we've done really, really well at, but Austin with production, he won't let me make things like I used to because it takes so much time and commitment. I like making hot dogs, and he knows in particular. It's tough to get everything done that we want to. We used to take a lot of items, and now we take a core handful that require less time.
Yep. And that we know we're good at.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I would say it looks like you're good at everything.
We won almost every class, so we can do them, but it's just some of them take longer. So he gives us the ones that we can do less time.
Do we need to talk to Austin?
Yeah. Yeah. Can you switch him for us? We'd be interested, wouldn't we?
Does he like to drink?
And he'd let me make more competition stuff.
Man.
Yeah, we'd do more.
We'll look into that. We'll look into that.
Yeah. He was supposed to have made my trial and error snack sticks that we're still working on 6 months ago. We finally just got him to
Great. 6 months.
Oh, yeah.
been waiting.
Yeah.
How big is the batch? So you're in trial and error. How big of a batch do you make to trial and error? R&D.
Well, you're up to 100 now, aren't you? Or two
Yeah, it was 100 pounds, but each flavor is 25 pounds for that.
for the original, for the startup.
For the startup. Yeah, to see if you like it or if you want to go next step.
Yeah.
But even before that, we usually just make like a pound or two and then fry it on the stove.
Oh, really? Even before you put it...
You like the
Huh?
flavor.
Just to really start without dirtying and
Yeah.
back to she can do that without Austin.
Yeah.
We are all aware Austin will be able to hear this.
Yeah.
I feel like he didn't get the memo. I just,
No,
Well, that'll be part 2 of this interview. It'll just be us with Austin. Austin, tell us what really goes on, buddy.
now the rest of the story. Oh my God.
he wants his say now.
Too good.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you have the process internally where you're seeing what everybody else is doing. You're looking at what you do. You have the sales. You see where certain products sell better in certain parts of the state. And let's just start with the state, as you identified earlier. I'm curious, what kind of differences do you see?
Or are there differences?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I know one for sure that is mostly like a Midwest Iowa kind of thing is dried beef. Like if you go too much more south, they've never heard of dried beef before. So a lot of people come home and buy the dried beef.
We did. When we moved to Arkansas, my son loved dried beef, and we couldn't find... It was in a jar, and we were like, what is dried beef doing in a jar?
Yeah. Missouri doesn't make it very. I had a plant down there. He never knew what it was, didn't know how to make it, didn't know nothing about it. And he competed nationally and made a lot of products, but he knew nothing about
No
it.
dried beef, huh?
Oh, not. Yeah.
You know, cottage bacon is something that's like a specialty meat locker place that
Yeah.
you can't just walk into the grocery store and get. I mean, the brats. I mean, it's what we're known for. Everybody comes for the brats. Snack sticks, bacon.
Bacon.
Yeah. The no much chili dog. You haven't talked.
I was going to bring that up. Yes, I remember
Yeah.
growing up, my
Mom would be
mom
so
bought...
mad.
I don't know if it was Bar S. I can't remember the company that made the chili dog when I was young, and the chili was in the middle surrounded. And I had never seen that till I walked in your store today. I'm like, oh my gosh, no mess chili dog.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ours doesn't have because did that have a hole in it?
Yeah.
It was filled. I was thinking that.
Yep.
Yeah, because sometimes people think that it's not a river or stream inside. It's just mingled throughout.
Flavored throughout. Yeah.
Mixed
Yeah.
in.
That's why it's no mess.
Exactly correct. Yeah. They sell very, very well for us today. I don't know how long we've had this. I do know how long we've had those. Because before our building was open in 2004, we called.
The very first plaque is the 2004
Yeah.
in the building, and that's one that will never get boxed up.
Oh, really?
Nice.
The 2004 plaque, huh?
It's for innovative pork. Yeah,
Mm.
at this.
He says when I die, she's going to stick extras in the casket. Where at the that's what she says.
Raccoons will be digging you out of the ground then, won't they?
Gosh.
Yeah, Lucas can go there and yell.
He won't have time. You won't schedule it, Lucas.
Oh, we're going to get bummed. Glad we don't have a telephone line somehow,
That sounds like a challenge to Lucas. I mean, we better. Nope, sorry, we got to go. Yeah.
That's awesome. So you run your own business from the time you started, mastered, if you will. You're professional. You wear the belt, and you are the one that people look up to. What's the next step?
You know, as you say that, I thought back about this. I bumped a guy when we were up in the old town in the old shop, and he was a teacher in Phoenix, and he came home into the summers and seen his parents, and I watched their house when the parents would leave for the winter and got to know him a little bit. And he goes, "Oh, you'll have 7 careers in your life. You won't be here." And I didn't really understand what he meant, but I honestly don't know that I've done the math, but I think I have had a handful of different careers, but I've never left the organization, to be honest.
Sure.
Because I was the butcher, I was the meat cutter, I was the bookkeeper for a little while. Then we, switched into HR, switched into, people, the whole works, sales. Shelly and I have gone on wholesale calls where we walked in there and didn't know what the heck we're doing. We went to do PDI and Hy-Vee, and we're standing there to go in and cook our chili dogs. And at the same time, there's a guy that flew in out of Boston, and he had money for samples. He had, all this. He was a sales pro. And here's my wife and I standing there, don't know nothing. And we got in and he didn't. I mean, the local helped us by all means, and they were great to work with. But
and your flavor, right? I mean, flavor rules the day.
Exactly correct. Exactly. Yeah. So we've worn lots of different hats or lots of different careers within the same building. So that's been the fun part for me. We got a smokehouse in '99. Previous to then, the old boy, his game was, we're going to be butchers. And if they call in the middle of the night, we go. If they call at 3 a.m, we go. And we did. I did.
Really?
We ran our butts off. If it was a beef or a pig and it needed done, we went. I've been in on so many crazy shooting, hunting deals. It's off the charts. This one couple, every time they call, every 2 years, and they'd make me shoot 350 yards. And I used to shoot a lot. I could do it. Shoot them in the head at 350 yards. And they always had wild beef. Some people always have one. These couple always had one. Great people. But
around here, wild beef, huh?
Well, they'd get out.
Yeah.
So then they're in a pasture or cornfield or something like that. So it happens.
They're missing for you. Sounds like Triple C. Missing for years.
We've had cows we wanted to shoot. I understand where you're going with that completely.
I got drug in on all of those because I could shoot it and then bring it back and butcher it. So it was a huge play. But so back to this, we butchered, but the smokehouse to me was so exciting and new because 99 and I started in 81. Whatever the math is there is, then it was a new, exciting part of the business. So I could learn and figure that out and get into it and appreciate it and develop it. And I got into the Cured Meats Hall of Fame in 2020 for the American Association of Meat Processors. Thank you. Quite an honor. Exciting deal. So that's been the whole career and the change and doing all kinds of different jobs.
Definitely figured it out by the showroom I was in earlier.
A lot of plaques on the wall.
A lot of plaques, a lot of food.
A lot of, right?
A lot of pork.
Does that mean you were a hunter? Are you still a hunter?
Oh, yeah. I'm still a hunter. I start looking at my daughter to see if I hunt anymore.
Yes, whether the trigger gets pulled is another story.
I enjoy to go. There's no doubt I'm in for the fighting and arguing.
There you go. I like it.
At deer camp, I'm Johnny on the spot. I might not shoot nothing just because I don't want to have to mess with it. But yeah.
I got with a group of people just like that.
Right.
We did dove hunting. I went. I didn't shoot because I didn't want to just
Yeah, I heard those stories. My husband.
He goes, shoot. And I go, I haven't shot and missed yet. Why would I want to start now?
He's 100%.
He said it
like
looked
me.
over across
He goes,
the
shoot
pond.
there. And I go, okay. A couple years ago, we limited out, and that's a blast, when you can get, and then it's kind of hit or miss. We do one night a year. We don't go 10 times. The opening night we go. And I don't think I went last year because I was gone or whatever, but a couple years ago I went and we limited out, and this year they shot 9 or 10, and I'm like, I'm not going to waste it.
What's your favorite? So we're talking about doves. What would be your favorite dove recipe? How would you want to prepare your doves?
My husband does the dove poppers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With jalapenos and cheese and bacon?
Yes.
Oh.
At deer camp.
Yeah.
Was some beer involved.
Yeah, well, of course.
Got to wash them down.
Maybe a little whiskey just to change it up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. So, no, they're to die for. We love them. Yeah. We'll probably go hungry this year. We got 9 or 10.
Yeah, I think
They're not very big.
can eat.
Yeah, that's not going to hold us.
No. Well, another thing this podcast is big on is nicknames.
Oh, snap.
You guys have nicknames that you could share.
I used to have a nickname of Sis
Yeah?
because I'm the sister.
His younger brother couldn't say Jordan, so he could say Sissy.
Yeah?
Sis.
So I did have a snack stick named after myself.
You-
Called Sis's Snack Stick. That's one thing, naming a product after yourself, but then you have the continuous everyday. What is that? What does that mean?
What is
that? What is Sissy Stick? It's not Sissy Stick, it's Sis. So
Get it right if you
Hey, this is back to where Austin's in control in the back. You're in control in the front. There's still a there's still a jerky named after him because he can't change that.
Oh, really?
no, honestly, I would change it because I get the question of what is Hank's.
Because his name was Hank.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
but I can't. I mean, that stick, the flavor of itself is just, it's different, and this, I don't even know of another name I could call it.
Yeah.
Or Hanks, I don't know.
No, so you got to get the word Hank out of it.
Oh, you want the word Hank?
He does, I'm
No,
sure.
it's-
Well, he's not up front taking no flack or has no power, so he can't take it out of there.
You just
And you know, both of those products were not like tested products. So like, oh, this is really good, we're gonna make it. They were oopses.
Oh, really?
So then,
Happy accident?
Yeah.
So the cystic is actually a beer snack stick, so we changed it to beer. I was tired.
Well, of course that's going to work.
And it has real well.
Yeah, so it's in
It's much,
sales.
it's much easier to sell when it says beer than it
We
says.
tried to get rid of it, like just not make it anymore, and then we've changed the name, and the sales have skyrocketed.
Skyrocket. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, it was supposed
Note
to be.
to self.
So what's the flavor of the Hank jerky then?
She just went over that. She can't answer.
It's weird.
It's just different. It's there's pepper and yeah.
I think everybody needs to stop in and try that beef jerky.
Yes.
Hank's jerky.
Let's find
And some
another
beer.
Yeah.
Maybe come in and suggest a name,
Yeah, there you go.
I'd like that.
right?
I'd like that. We can make that work.
Exactly.
People who think they're
No nickname for you, John?
Call him Papa John now.
Papa
He's
John.
grandpa.
congrats.
Ah,
For little girls.
Yay.
that'll keep you busy.
Oh yeah.
I've got a daughter and I call her Cash Flow.
She's not 3, is she?
She's in college now.
So it sounds like you have a good process for testing products, but you also admitted there are happy little mistakes.
Yep.
What was one of your best, quote unquote, ideas that sank like a lead balloon, that never made it on the floor, but somebody thought it was going to be so good, try this, and everybody kind of just turned their nose and walked away and it never went anywhere?
Ooh. Without my idea notebook of everything I've ever tried, that's really hard.
I've got a notebook too.
Yeah. I mean, I can tell you there's a lot of ideas of things that we've absolutely loved, and we say we're going to come out with it, and it's still in the idea notebook waiting for the day when we do R&D and don't come up with anything, then we'll launch that one.
We have more ideas than we have time to get out.
Yeah.
We have
How's that?
it's crazy. And then she worries about retail space too, because
Yeah.
it's fall, so you put one in, so you got to take one out.
Yes.
Will that be expansion number 7?
Fingers crossed. But again, that's my room, and the rest of the place is Austin's room. Austin got the 2 additions.
But I love our retail room because it's the right size, because if there's 6 people in there or 16, it's still a party. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have a huge room and there's just 4, 5, 6 people in there. It's not happening.
Yeah.
Because people tease us when we're full. You need a bigger room. And I says, no, it's a party. It's have fun.
Agree.
Enjoy it. It's
Complete.
awesome.
Very nice. What question did we forget to ask? Any secret? You won't tell us about the big announcements coming?
Yeah, the big.
I'd love to make a big announcement, but we haven't decided yet.
It's still in the decision-making process.
We want to make sure, so those that aren't familiar with Tiefenthalers, which I think most people are, how would they come get product? Store location, website, phone number? Have that at the top of your head?
Oh yeah, we're at 504 North Main Street in Holstein. www.tqmeats.com. Phone number 712-368-4621. We have an online store so you can shop, but we don't do shipping. You still have to come to Holstein to pick it up.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But we would do all the work for you, and then you just gotta.
We get calls or emails every week still wanting us to ship, but shipping has gotten so expensive. And it's not us, it's the carriers. But the carriers don't guarantee delivery.
No.
And so with them not guaranteeing delivery, and when you call to complain to them that it didn't get delivered, and they tell you one, it wasn't guaranteed, and then they transfer you to Bangladesh and they don't speak the language, and you call me back and we feel terrible. So it's just, we haven't been able to ship. We get people all the time stop in from somewhere else, some other state, and they'll drive and come and see us or catch us on the way, or
Nice.
when they're coming to see family, or
Yeah, I'd say there's at least one customer every day that's out of state.
oh yeah, oh wow, absolutely,
At least one.
absolutely, yeah,
You have a whole fraternity coming up here
oh yeah,
every year. That is awesome.
we love it, we enjoy it, we do.
We got that ballpark that sells.
Oh yeah, you place that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, how about we try that? Do you have a question for us?
We weren't prepared for questions.
You didn't tell us this. You're supposed to ask you.
It worked, Todd. Yes.
Other duties,
You got off the hook.
other duties and
So that was my plan, I think they're saying.
time's up.
Yep, look at Todd. Yep.
Love the stinging chat.
That's what I learned in class, that if you talk the whole time you're giving a presentation, there's no time for questions. So you'll have to take them. Remember that.
But note to self. Note to self. All right, a good question. If you had to create a sausage inspired by deer camp, what would be in it?
We talked about that a little bit.
The only thing that I think is, there's two things that are a staple in deer camp is beans and beer or booze.
Correct.
I mean, obviously you could add some meat to that, but so I shook my head at that. I do not know.
Yeah, I mean, we already have the beer brat.
Well, and
We just came out with the pepper jack poppin' brat, which tastes like a jalapeno popper.
I didn't see that in there.
I thought you eat last.
Better glasses. I need better glasses.
But I mean, their deer camp is beans and burger, beans and pork, beans and chili.
Oh, I did. I did make that. I was thinking about this. I did make that pork stomach. That just a goofy random. Yeah, I had customers in from Pennsylvania, and I forget what it's called, but you take the pork stomach and you clean it out.
Yep.
And then you fill it with cabbage and potatoes and onions and stuff. And that's the cleaning of it is atrocious. Have you done that?
I've been in places that have done that, yes. And the aroma that comes from that, and the
aroma
and things that you would think would be in a stomach that come out of a stomach.
See, here's the deal. So me and Austin both cleaned it because it's like 4 or 5 hours.
And I'm going to say
for one stomach.
Clean is a relative term when it comes to that.
Well, here's the rest of the story. So we cooked it. There's only 2 people that didn't eat it. Me and Austin. That is true as what is that called? Mobo?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I was told there wouldn't be thinking today.
Okay, that's
But one year I brought down smoked pig hearts. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And cut the fat off, smoked, had El Diablo, had a couple other seasonings on there. And those that tried it thought it was pretty good because it was like a jerky consistency.
I have smoked some beef tongues and then cooked up.
Have you?
And those are a delicacy.
Shave them thin.
Well, you're drinking, so you don't get teeth.
You don't get too picky. Well, same with our deer hunting group. I mean,
Don't cut your finger.
Safety first.
Right.
Safety first.
that's how we know who got drunk the night before. If you got Band-Aids on your fingers and hands.
They don't move.
What are these on my hands this morning?
Yep.
Where did that come from? Well, this has been fantastic,
Yeah.
you guys. Appreciate the time and the stories and the details. If and when you make the announcement, if you want us to be a part of it, we could work something out, make it happen.
That's a wrap from Holstein, Iowa, where Tiefenthaler skinless brats don't need a casing to kick your taste buds in the teeth, and their meat counter draws more regulars than the local watering hole. Thanks to John and Jordan for showing us how Northwest Iowa turns meat into legendary products. Around here, quality isn't a trend, it's a family tradition wrapped in a butcher paper. Until next time, keep your boots muddy, your brats sizzling, and your ammo dry. This has been Ag Ammo Adventure, where the meat's legit and the stories come with smoke rings.